Hey everybody, and welcome back to Live Between Paycheck Kitchen. I'm Oz. Jack is still down at Lake Jackson. So this one's coming from my little shitty galley kitchen. Apologies. So, I just spent a week in Missouri, so I had to get reacclimatized to proper food. Nothing against Missouri, except for food. So I did some Gulf Coast shrimp bisque, man. This turned out amazing. You gotta check this out. Before we do, be sure to like, share, subscribe, do all the YouTube-y stuff. Ring the little bell down in the corner. That way we'll get notifications when we put these up, usually Tuesdays or Fridays, but we got some other videos that have been popping up in between there. Also, check out our merch, link down the doobly-doo. Aprons, pot holders, fake hands, all the good stuff, flippers, spoons, spatulas. And let's just get into the food, man. Since over here, again, I'm pointing food.
Alright, this looks like a lot of stuff, but it is. So first things first, you're going to need some shrimp. Get those nice and thawed out. Get you an onion, alright, at least half an onion, sorry. And some garlic cloves, that's going to be great. You're going to need some heavy whipping cream. We're going to need some water. Yeah, I'll put you in that later. You're going to need some sour cream. I use the light stuff because I'm a fat guy. You're going to need some olive oil. Then you're going to want cumin, coriander, and chili powder. And you're going to need some bouillon cubes, chicken preferable. I didn't have any, so I used some beef. Turned out great. Oh, also, I almost forgot, going to need some flour. I only completely forgot just regular old flour. I almost lost that. Okay, so, first things first, after you get your garlic peeled, go ahead and get your onion, get that skin off, and we're going to put it down and cut it off. So just get rid of this outer layer of skin. And now, remember, I learned this the hard time. You got a nice sharp knife, hold it from the big end, cut from the small end. It makes it a lot easier. Give it a couple of rings down this way, flip it up, stack it up, and then give it once over. Either way, going this way, cuts it down nice and small, makes it nice. So, again, shout out to Andy for the nice sharp knife and the cutting board. Now, go back and then, try to dice up your garlic as small as possible. Again, we only need like 2 garlic cloves per the recipe, so I use like 7 or 8, somewhere in there. But honestly, just because I like garlic, I'm a fan. And it's supposed to keep the mosquitoes away in South Texas, that's helpful. Kind of keeps everybody else away too. But alright, so get you a strainer, get your shrimp that's nice and thawed out, and go and clean these. Just let them run over the water. Alright, now these, they were deveined, but they still had the skin on them. So go ahead and pull the skin and the tails off of these. If you have shrimp that haven't been deveined, go ahead and do that. And that's just taking out the digestive system that runs down the back right there. You can see this one doesn't have one. They've been pulled off already, but if you haven't done that, go ahead and pull that off. It's just nasty. You don't want to deal with it. So just make sure you get your tail, all the skin. That's going to be the longest part of this entire cooking thing, is skinning that down. So get these, cut them into bite-sized pieces, 1-2 cuts per piece, and then set those aside. Get you a decent-sized pot, get you a little bit of olive oil, which you're going to use is about a tablespoon or 2, just to get it in there and get it started. Go ahead and, magic trick, make that disappear. So once that starts getting warmed up, put it on a medium-high, and once it gets warmed up, we're going to start by putting in our onions and our garlic cloves. We're going to let those cook down first. They take a little longer, so we give them a little time, okay? So we just go slide them right in there. Get you a nice wooden spoon. Everything's better with a wooden spoon or a spatula if your wooden spoon's dirty. My wooden spoon was definitely dirty. So, got my little spider spatula, kicking around. It took it 3 to 4 minutes here. Just give it a nice stir every now and then. Get those, they'll start melting down, start caramelizing. So get you some your flour. You're going to use 1 tablespoon of flour. Go ahead and start mixing that in by itself. Just 1 tablespoon of that. Get that mixed up, nice and cooked, and you're going to good. While you're doing that, you're going to need to also get you a cup of water. Just 1 cup is all we're going to ask for right here. Right? But get this nice and stirred in, get all that flour stirred in, and then add your water. Okay? Just 1 cup of water. Yeah. So now you're going to start adding all your stuff. So, alright. After that, you're going to need half a cup of your heavy whipping cream. That's great. Go ahead and throw in your bouillon, which I use just 2 of the things. That's fine. Your chili powder, you're going to need 1 tablespoon of chili powder. Half a teaspoon of cumin and coriander. Be careful with the coriander, because that's what makes the gravy. Never mind. Leave Sweeney Todd out of this. We go ahead and add half a teaspoon of each one of those. Whoop. See, that's your coriander and your cumin. Go ahead and put those in there with that. Alright, give it a nice stir, especially with all that cream in there. Let it nice and slow. Don't want it at like a rolling boil, but you're going to let that cook in there. You're gonna bring it to a boil and let it sit for 5 minutes. So now, as you got it nice and stirred up with that 1 cup of water, and your what is it? I forgot. The whipping cream. My brain fell out. Sorry. Go ahead and put it in there and let it simmer for 5 minutes. Right. Bring it to a boil. Stop it. Bring it down. Let it simmer for 5. You're good to go. Yeah, cover it if you can. If you don't have a cover, just use a regular plate. After you do that, go ahead and add the shrimp into it and let it simmer for another 5. Now, be sure to get all the ones that try to escape off the side. This is all your shrimp. Usually this thing calls for like half a pound. I think I used a full pound here, so more of a shrimp fanatic than anybody else, I think. This is supposed to be straight from the Gulf. So give it a nice stir. Then again, cover it, let it simmer for another 5, okay? Or until the shrimp turn pink. If at 5 minutes they're not completely pink through, go ahead and get you something else. Now, once you do that, go ahead and get your, the sour cream, right? You want just half a cup of the sour cream, and then the recipe didn't tell me how much. It said just bring out sour cream, put it in a bowl, and then add some soup to it, and then mix it in there for some reason, instead of just putting the sour cream directly in the soup. So, set it aside. I used about 3/4 to a cup of soup that was already cooking to put it in there, mix it down so it's nice and smooth to the side. I didn't cut anything out. This is just how long it took. And then add it right back into the soup. Now, keep stirring it. Keep stirring it. Heat through. Don't boil it now. Don't let it boil once you got the sour cream in there. But just continue stirring it, okay? Again, you just want this heated up. This is going to be nice and thick. It's going to taste outstanding. Now, this is where, if you want to add something else, like you can garnish it with cilantro or diced avocado, which is great, and go ahead and put that in there. If you want to put something spicy in there, with some any Tony Sasseries, or you want it spicy or whatever, now's the time to do it. But once it's warmed through, you are set. That is it. This is super fancy sounding soup, but it is absolutely amazing. It is filling. It sticks to your ribs, as my grandmother used to say. This is amazing. I've never done it with just straight shrimp before. I've done some other ones with seafood. We can definitely put a link in the bio for that, where we've done just cheap ones, straight out of canned stuff. This is made from fresh, well under our $10 budget. The shrimp was the most expensive part, and we got it frozen for $5. Everything else is just pennies on the dollar, because you're breaking it down and putting it over multiple recipes. So this is amazing. Please, please, please try this. And if you do try it, let us know how it came out. Give us some pictures on it. This sat down and made, with just the 1 cup of water and everything mixed into it, it made enough to feed 4 people. I had sent it with my sisters and my mother and sent it home with everybody. Let them try it after I had a bowl here. So this is amazing. They jumped out of the pool, and apparently this was one of the best things ever. So give it a try. Like I said, it feeds up to like 4 people easily. Like I said, sticks to your ribs, good filling stuff. Put a little hair on your teeth, like Grandma used to say. And that's it, man. This is amazing. I don't know if you'd call it summer food, seafood. It's great. It's warm. It's super creamy. It is outstanding. Try this, man. This is amazing. If you do it differently, you want to see us do it differently, let us know. Maybe we'll revisit this. Try it again, man. Put it down in the comments. That's what they're there for. Or you can also find us on social media. We're on Facebook, Pinterest, Patreon. You can find us at all those at Living Between Paychecks Kitchen. Or you can find us on Instagram, where it's Living Between over there. We had to kind of shorten it down. And I will see you next time. I'm going to go eat some more of this soup. I'll catch y'all next time.